Hello. Today we are talking about the Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode 8. Let's jump right in. So the episode opens up with Gretchen, Gina, and Kiki Monique, who is the blogger that is in question that Katie told the rumor to about Gretchen being drugged. Let me back this up. Gretchen and Gina meet up with Kiki at a restaurant. Kiki spills the tea that Katie did in fact tell her about Gretchen having to go to the hospital after the naked wasted dinner, and that Gretchen told her that she was drugged. Like Gretchen told Katie that she was drugged. So Kiki confirms this information. Kiki then spills the tea that Katie also thought Gina was being racist at some point, asking her about her Asian designer coat, basically saying Katie has tried to feed stories to Kiki in the past, like confirming this information. I guess it was a whole thing about Katie was saying that she wanted to feature Asian designers on the show, and at that point Gina was like feuding with Katie, and so Gina was like, hey, is that an Asian designer jacket? And so Katie took that as being racist, which is her own interpretation. But then Gina says that like she never showed any like Asian designers on the show. She was wearing like Balmain and like Louis Vuitton and all these things, and like where was that like culture thing? So Gina was like, this is not true. Like, this is just all about her lies. Gretchen gets really upset after Kiki leaves the table, saying that she feels so betrayed by Katie, someone who she thought was her friend, and she should have listened to what everybody was telling her about Katie, like warning her about Katie, warning Gretchen about Katie. So she just felt kind of stupid and like betrayed in this moment, I think. So apparently Emily is hosting a Persian New Year's dinner for the girls, or like luncheon type thing. So she's getting ready for that. She's got all this food out, looks really pretty, really beautiful. So then Gina arrives to Emily's house, and Emily proceeds to tell her that she has a lie detector company there at the party, and they're going to take a lie detector test at this New Beginnings party, or the New Year's party, which is wild. I don't know how I feel about this, because I would be like, if I was going to a like a luncheon and I didn't know that I was going to be taking a lie detector test on camera, I feel like I'd be like a little pissed, like a little duped. Like, excuse you didn't give me any warning? Then again, like I have such bad anxiety, I would fail a lie detector test if I was lying or not, because it would be like, I'm just like, I'm always guilty. Heather arrives to Emily's party and asks Emily if she invited Tamara to the party, and tells Emily and Gina about her meetup with Tamara, and how Tamara's kind of mad at everybody because nobody checked on her after she stormed out of New Orleans. And the girls are like, she's the one that stormed out, like, I don't know if we needed to check on her. All the other girls arrive to the party, and everyone is pretty obviously icing out Katie. Tamara arrives and is talking to Emily and Gina in the foyer. Foyer? I think it's foyer. Tamara's like, you can't get rid of me. I'm not really quitting. And like, they're all just kind of apologizing to each other. So then they tell Tamara that they have a surprise for everybody that will change everything for the group, meaning the lie detector test. Meanwhile, they're showing Katie, and she's like saying that she's like really sick, and she's excusing herself to the bathroom. I don't know if it's unclear if she could hear them talk about things that are going to be like, this is going to change the course of the group, or that's the kind of the way they made it seem. But I don't know if she was just like nervous about the whole situation, but they're like showing Katie like visibly being nervous as this is all going on. So the lie detector test seems very intense. Emily is the first one to go sit in the chair. It's like they like roped off this room. It's like a dark room. They've got like obviously cameras and lights in there. Like, it just seems very ominous to me. It's like wild. It would make me very nervous. All the girls sit in the room to answer the questions, and when it's Katie's turn, she starts freaking out. She's like kind of panicking in the chair a little bit as she's sitting there. Not a good sign. The polygraph examiner then comes out to deliver all the results. I'll give you some of the highlights because there's a lot of questions being asked, some of them not pertinent, some of them are pertinent. So I'll just give you a couple highlights of what, a couple things that I thought was interesting. Jen failed the question about being confident about marrying Ryan. So I guess they asked her, and let me back this up. All the girls wrote down these questions. So when they first got to Emily's house, Emily was like, write down questions you want to ask like all the other girls. They didn't know it was a lie detector test. That's why they were writing down the questions. But somebody asked apparently like, do you feel confident marrying Ryan? And she was like, Jen was like, yes. And she failed that. Apparently she was like really nervous. And so they said it was false. Heather answered yes to wishing she was a Beverly Hills housewife. And then she goes into this whole rant of like, oh, it's a closer commute, yada, yada, yada. And Tamara's like, no, she just wants to be with the rich girls, not us poor girls down here in OC. And it's kind of funny. So Heather also failed the question. They asked her like, did you call the paparazzi? That whole debacle that happened last season or 2 seasons ago. I don't know. It's been a while. And she said, no, I did not call the paparazzi. And apparently that was a lie. And Heather's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's the truth. She even says, like, I already swore on my kids. I'm like, ooh, girl, you're like in this lie. Damn. So, and then Gretchen, they asked Gretchen if she actually went to the hospital after the naked wasted dinner. And she said, no, I did not. And that apparently was true on the lie detector test. That doesn't mean it's completely true, but the lie detector test said that it was true that she did not. She said that she did not go to the hospital. Then Katie's test results get delivered, and she basically failed every single question that they asked her. The polygraph person actually even said, like, you did the worst out of everybody in this entire situation, which is embarrassing. So Katie, of course, denies everything. Like, this is a very, like, pattern with her, right? She's going to deny everything. So she denied everything. And then Gretchen brings up that she met with Kiki, the blogger, the previous day, and Kiki told her that Katie told Kiki about the hospital. So basically just double caught a lie. So the girls are like arguing a little bit, and Emily ends up kicking Katie out of her house, which I think was crazy. Like, my jaw was on the floor when I saw that. Like, she's like, Katie, I think it's time for you to leave. Like, I would be mortified if I were Katie. Like, I think I'd be mortified and probably not be on the show because she's like making up all this stuff to begin with. I wouldn't even be on the show, but the girl, I gotta hand it to her. She like goes into the lion's den every single time, even though she knows she's gonna get torn to shreds. Like, girl, okay, you really want to be on the show, don't you? So anyway, so that's how the episode ends. I hope you enjoyed my recap. I will link down below a playlist to all the other episodes in this season. Hit that subscribe button to check out all of my other recaps. And thank you so much for joining me, and I will check you on the next one.